It's Kerrie SCROGGINS from KDS Insurance Services. Wanted to pop in today and get out my Christmas, fall, end of the year message to all my fantastic clients. It's been a rough year, everyone, and I think we can all testify to that, not only in our insurance experience, but just in general. The economy is really rough for everyone. And the insurance adjustments and price increases have certainly hit just about, I'd say 100% of the clients that I've dealt with this year. Maybe two or three didn't get a rate increase, but the rest of us have all got rate increases. And the Texas insurance market is in a mess. There's just no other way to describe where we are at this moment in time in Texas. We used to be in the bottom 10 states for the affordability of insurance across the board. We had very, very competitive pricing, and you could use your insurance and not be penalized to death at your renewal. That has all changed. A big change, the first really big change was 9/11, and now we have the Patriot Act. And so the Patriot Act gives the insurance companies a lot of latitude when they go to check your profiles, your credit profiles, your insurance profiles. They get your loss history, which is all reported to what is called your CLUE report. Sort of like your medical documents go now to one central location, your insurance documents go to one central location called the CLUE report. And that records all of your insurance claims, your payments, and gives you an insurance score, similar to your credit score. So that was the first really big change. And then our economy, really big changes. We've seen a lot of major catastrophes in the last year, which certainly have helped this problem. Those were sort of minor things leading up to this horrendous economy that we are in, which is driving the problem, without a doubt. The reason we can tell this is when we start to see very stable, conservative companies that have been around for more than 100 years, and they just all of a sudden decide they can't accept any new business. We had such an event this summer when Germania announced they are no longer writing new business. So if you are a current client of Germania and you, for example, have a home and you sell that home and then you move to another home, you won't be able to insure that new home with Germania because they are no longer writing any new business for current clients or non-current clients. They have closed the door. That is a huge, huge warning sign of what is happening in the Texas insurance market. We have carriers leaving every day, or we have carriers saying, we will only stay in Texas if we take a 5% deductible on your home for wind and hail. Or we will only accept your home if you give us your auto and your motorcycle and your boat included in the package. They are just trying everything they can to not write your business. That is the bottom line here. I see clients that are getting thousands of dollars an increase per renewal. I can just tell you what's happened in my own renewal. And my renewal last year it was about $2,300. This year it went to $4,800. The older your home, the higher your premiums are going to be, and the less likely you're going to find a carrier that's willing to give you complete and total replacement cost. They don't want it. Period. And they're doing everything in their power to get away from writing it. So the way they do it is to make the insurance so unaffordable that you won't take it. That's logical, right? It's not right, and it's definitely making my job so much harder to find you alternatives. 3 years ago, I had over 40 different carrier points. to go to for not only your home, your auto, your umbrellas, your garbage, your motorcycles, your boats, your RVs, your mobile homes. Now that's dwindled down to about, depending on what product it is, maybe 15 carriers. So that's a 50% decrease in the availability for me to be able to take your home and your auto, your household, and find an alternative, because your renewal comes in and it is absolutely through the roof. The reason they're doing it is they don't want the business. They don't want the risk. Because what's happening is insurance companies are losing money every day from the claims, but more importantly, what's happening is they are losing their ratings. Ratings are a huge, huge red flag. When you see an insurance company go from an A+ rating down to a B rating, that tells you there's financial problems within that carrier. And so then they have repercussions with the state and the way they file their state filings. This is what's happening. This is why carriers are now deciding that Texas is just not a market that they want to insure in. Same thing happened in New York, happening in California, and has happened in Florida. And in those cases, what has happened is the states have finally stepped in and have created what's called a state pool. Now, we have a state pool already for auto insurance. So if you can't get insured by any insurance company because they just refuse to write your business based upon your particular circumstances, there is a pool that you can go to, and that pool then takes your file and sends it to the next carrier in line. Because in the state of Texas, if you have a registered vehicle, you must carry you must carry liability insurance. So if you must carry it because the state mandates that you carry it, then the state now has set up a pool, and it's been around for a very long time, a pool that guarantees that you will be able to find liability insurance. Now, generally speaking, this is not going to include comp and collision. So if you have a vehicle and it's financed where the bank is requiring comp and collision, you won't be able to get it from the pool. So you're in a catch-22. You either buy an old vehicle and you just put liability insurance on it, and if it's stolen, you're out of luck because there's no comprehensive. If you wreck it and you destroy the car, there's no collision, so you're out of luck there too. It is an experience that I have never seen in my 42 years as an insurance agent. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I am a half full person. I am not a half empty person. And all I can tell you is this, and this is my promise and my guarantee. If you get a renewal that is unacceptable, I'm going to check it with every single carrier that I have available that is willing to offer you a quote. And then if that is still an unacceptable number to you, then we need to have a conversation about coverage amounts and deductible amounts. Because what I am seeing the trend happening now is we used to be $1,000 deductible. Then it went to 1%, and it's kind of been lingering at 2%. Well, now the trend is 3 to 5% across the board for all perils, meaning that you will pay 3 to 5% of the dwelling amount. So if you have a $200,000 home, your deductible amount is going to be somewhere between 3 and 5% of that amount, or 3 to 5% of that $200,000. This is the insurance company carrier's way of pushing more responsibility on you. Now, what do you get from it besides more expenses if something happens? Well, you get a lower premium. And that's where we're going to end up. We're going to end up needing to take a higher deductible to control the premiums until two things happen. Either the state steps in or our national election replaces the current leadership and we get our economy under control. Now, this is not an endorsement of left or right. This is just a honest evaluation of where we are. Our economy and the insurance market cannot continue to go the way that it's been going, because sooner or later, you and I'm a consumer, we're either going to have to decide to pay our insurance premiums or buy our food. There's no decision there, right? We're going to have to buy food because we have to live and we have to eat. And I'm afraid that's not a very far off possibility. I wish I was wrong, but what I had hoped to see between October and this video did not materialize. It just got worse. Is there the possibility we may pull out of this prior to our election in a year from now? Unfortunately, I do not think we will. I think we are in for another whole year or more of battling and fighting and scratching and doing everything we can to keep our premiums on all of our insurance policies manageable. The way that we do that as consumers is to take more on, take a higher deductible, take an endorsement off, whatever. I just don't see a whole lot of other solutions at this point, and there's none being offered from the industry that I can see. Now, I'm a fighter, and I'm going to fight for you the best that I can. And I am trying to add as many carriers as I can. I'm trying to add more carriers. There's just not as many available in the state of Texas. Now, I do think by the end of the second quarter, I think we'll see a little bit of movement in that area. I think we'll see some carriers maybe loosening up on their requirements because they're not writing enough business. Okay, they're going to realize that they're not going to dictate to you and I as a consumer where we place our auto or where we place our home. And so I see a lot of those really hard line requirements potentially loosening in the next 2 quarters. And then we will know for sure by the time we get to this time next year who our administration is and where that economy potentially can go. In the meantime, we just have to be very diligent about 2 things. The first thing is, please make sure you are checking your mail and your email for all documentation, because the insurance companies are using documentation as a way to get off your risk. So, a lot of them are sending out questionnaires, and they specifically say on these questionnaires, if you do not respond to this questionnaire, it is grounds for termination of your policy or cancellation for underwriting reasons. So you need to be checking your mail and your email. If you have your paperwork delivered electronically, you need to be checking your emails from your carriers weekly. And then you need to respond to those requests within the time period set forth in that request. They will tell you, we want this documentation by this date. Make sure you get it to them by that date. If you don't have a way to do that, or if you have any questions and you need my help, that is what I'm here for. Please do not ever hesitate to call me if you get any memo from your insurance company that you don't understand or need help on. And then the biggest thing that I have seen this year, without a doubt, is failing to pay your premiums when they are due. The insurance companies have taken away the reinstatement option on a lot of companies, carriers. So if you cancel for non-payment, they don't want you back. They're not even going to give you an opportunity to come back. They're just going to say, no, we don't want you back. You didn't pay your premiums, and you may have been a marginal risk for them to begin with, And you have given them a reason then by not paying their premiums to not accept you back. If you have a reasonable rate, please, by all, I'm begging you to make sure that you don't miss a payment, because that is an underwriting reason to cancel you and get off your risk non-payment of premium. So please make sure that if you have auto pay, check your auto pay. Check to make sure the payments are clearing out of your bank. If you pay manually, please make sure you're paying those premiums on time, so you don't give these carriers any reason to cancel your insurance for non-payment of premium. I'm telling you, they are doing it, and they are doing it every day, and it is becoming almost impossible to get an exception or a reinstatement. So just don't give them the opportunity to cancel for non-pay. And, you know, maybe it's a good time for us to do a review on your household. See if there is some areas that we can cut back, make some changes, take it higher deductible, get some updates if there's any updates to your home, if you've replaced your roof or you've done an upgrade. Now would be the time to do it. Is generally a slower time of year, and I have much more availability to do those reviews. So if that's something you're interested in, please reach out to me and let me know, and we can absolutely get that done. I also wanted to let you know about the closures that are going to be going on in the month of December, and there's going to be a few. I do have some things going on in my life with my spouse that require my complete attention. It is a health issue with him, and I'm going to be completely unavailable and out of the office on Tuesday, December the 5th, and Wednesday, December the 6th. I will not be available at all. You can still send me voicemails and still send me emails, and I will be checking them in the evenings, but I will not be available for those 2 days during the day at all. So if there's something coming up or you need something between now and then, please don't hesitate to call me. Let's get it done beforehand, because I don't want you to be stuck waiting on something that I can't get to you until Thursday of next week. This is not something I have a choice on. It is something that has to be done. And my phones will, of course, are always forwarded to my cell phone, so I will know when you call. I just will not be able to get back to you until either the evening sometime or after Thursday of next week. We'll also be closing for Christmas on the 25th and the 26th, so that's Monday and Tuesday. We're going to take a very long Christmas break. And because Christmas falls on a Monday, we're going to go ahead and take the Monday and the Tuesday for the Christmas holidays. And then, of course, we'll be closed on New Year's Day, which is Monday, January the 1st, 2024. That's a really odd thing to say, isn't it? 2024. Wow. It's just staggering how quickly the time goes. And I do want to thank you so very much for your continued support, your understanding of, some delays in the agency. I am the only one in this office, and I will continue to be the only one in this office because I know things are getting done right, and to be quite frank, it's very hard to find anybody that I'm willing to trust your insurance processing to. So to make sure that it gets done right and that there's no errors, I just choose to do it on my own at this point, and things are running along very smoothly. If you do need quotes or reviews, just please give me at least 2 or 3 days to get those requotes done. It is a very cumbersome process because I am checking every single insurance company that we have available to make sure that we're not missing something, that I don't miss a carrier that could potentially save you $500. And that takes time to go through every single carrier and their questions, and then put in all of your personal information it generally takes me a day to do one household completely. That's 8 hours. So if I have 5 clients, that's a week. And I try to put everything in chronological order based upon their renewal. So if your renewal is this week, we're running out of time. I can't probably get it done in 2 to 3 days. Next week, I am out for 2 days next week. So really, if you have a renewal between now and the middle of December, I need to hear from you by Thursday or Friday, so I can get working on it, getting it all into the computer, and then being able to shop as many carriers as I can to see what we can find, and then have the ability and time to get with you to talk about, okay, here's an option, but this is what we're going to be doing, and this is what they're offering you. So it's just not as an easy process as it used to be. But we will manage. I guarantee you we will manage. And then going into next year, I just think we're just all going to have to be really aware that things are going to be the same as they've been this year, unfortunately. And we just need to do our due diligence. When you do get a renewal, let's talk about it and let's requote it, and then we will go from there once we know what is available. Obviously, I don't want to lose any clients. That's why I'm continuing to add carriers as we go. There's just not many willing to write in Texas like there used to be. And that's very, very sad. We are now in the top 5 most expensive states in the United States for homeowners insurance. New York and Florida are ahead of Texas now. California is cheaper than Texas. What does that tell you? That's unbelievable. In my lifetime, in my career, I would have never imagined that I would say that Texas has higher property insurance than the state of California. But that's where we are. It's not a good industry right now. So don't give the carriers any reason to non-renew your policies. That's really important. Don't give them any ammunition. And I pray that you all have a wonderful holiday season, that you are safe, and that you spend time with your family, and that you just enjoy the holidays for what they are, which is a time to be with your loved ones. And I hope that everyone stays safe. And please remember the dates that the agency is going to be closing. That is the 5th of December, the 6th of December, the 25th, and the 26th. And then again on January 1st. I would love to hear from you guys too, so please don't ever hesitate to ring the office. 817-374-4477 is the North Texas Exchange, and 832-391-8271 is the South Texas Exchange. Nothing has changed there. No email addresses have changed. And I do want to hear from you. I really do want to hear from you. Open communication is what's going to get us through this next year, and I'm here to help you in any way I can to put money either back in your pocket or keep you from spending any more than you have to. Can't wait to hear from you. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you for your loyalty and your support and your business. It means the world to me. I love what I do. I love my clients, and I pray that we all have a very safe and prosperous 2024. This is Kerrie. God bless everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless the United States. Take care.